last hour, even as the water recedes in some areas in Houston and the adjoining areas. Joining me now is retired Lieutenant General Russel Honore, the former commander of Joint Task Force Katrina. General, thanks so much. Biggest need that you see today?
The biggest need, well, I think, is going to be the search and rescue mission in Beaumont, and to establish a command and control system there. Then doctrinally, the Coast Guard is the lead on search and rescue operations. So hopefully they have taken that and they're using the grid system and having the helicopters work grids, because right now they're literally going out looking for people as the command and control in the town and the ability to talk to the ground is limited. So they're really going out looking for people, flagging them down for help.
Now, General, you called sort of the self-congratulations that in some ways have been going on in some circles, not all by any stretch of the imagination. You said it's been amateur hour in terms of the response right now. But I do want to pose this. Right now we have 47 confirmed deaths. That number will go up. But it will never come close to Katrina, which was around 1,800. Sandy was about 70 deaths in the United States proper. So the death count here versus just the scope of the devastation and the images here, relatively low. One death is too many, but still a lot lower than it could have been. So what went right?
Well, let me put my comments in context. In a disaster, government don't have control of what's going on. They are responding. My irritation with that is to see politicians patting each other on the back while we're still in the search and rescue. Because in a disaster, you lose. People are dying. Infrastructure broke. You can't go where you need to go. You don't have food and water where you need. And to see people congratulating each other politically is just, it doesn't fit well with me knowing that there are people out there hanging on the trees and politicians are patting each other on the back. That is the context I made that. It's not meant to be an affront to anybody. It's just bad karma to go around while people are hanging on the trees and say, boy, we're doing a good job. That doesn't make sense. And the focus needs to be on making sure we've got the command and control in position and that we're getting ahead of the next disaster. One of them is we've got these two dams. Those old dams were built in the 1940s. They are rated as a D by the American Association of Civil Engineers. One of the things coming out of this, as far as a federal response, and Katrina is with levees, this county and this state will be well fit to come up with replacing those dams if they're going to keep them. Otherwise, we've got communities that was stated this morning by the Corps engineers that will be underwater for in the excess of a month as we slowly release the water off these old dams. They need to be replaced or taken out because of the threat. It's like having a giant bomb north of the city of our fourth largest city, because those old dams are dangerous and then they weren't well built in the first place. So that infrastructure needs to be fixed, John.
That's right. And the time to start having these discussions is not after the disaster. You got to do it before. You got to get out in front of these situations and assess your well-being vis-a-vis, the threats that